Greetings, fellow adventurers. It is me, Shirgi, and welcome back to another Gary's mod showcase. Just kidding. We're doing composing again. Sorry to disappoint you all. And that reminds me, I don't think I've watched a Gmod or a Minecraft mod showcase in like 10 years. I wonder if people are still making them. You know what, I'm curious, I wanna see. Are people still doing Minecraft mod showcases, or is that a product of my time? Oh, no, people are still doing them. But I am getting like Skydo's Minecraft. Dang. What about Gmod showcases? People still doing those? Oh, yep, they sure are. Cool. Good to see we're keeping the tradition alive. Maybe I should do one. Maybe I'll just start posting like Gmod mod showcases again. That would be really fun. Today is the day after I caught a cold though, so hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad or I don't sound extremely sick. Peekaboo.
Hello. Do I sound okay? I don't know if my audio settings got messed up.
Yeah, you're fine. Do I sound okay? Because today is the day after I caught a cold. Do I sound different?
You sound perfectly normal.
Okay, that's good.
Are you live yet?
Yeah, so don't say anything wacky and wild.
I feel like I'm not the one that should be worried about saying something wacky and wild.
I don't even, my response. There you go, okay.
Didn't even have a response.
No. Throwing Discord to... Actually, can't I make it so that Discord doesn't appear on stream? Hold on, let me do that.
Did you screen share in that piece, by the way? I'm only gonna be like half paying attention, I should add, because I gotta, fix everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like all of my, it's not even like, oh no, I lost all of my MuseScore stuff. No, that's all good, which like, oh thank God. Thankfully. But like I lost all my bookmarks in my browser. It's like all the annoying stuff.
Oh, yikes. Yeah.
Luckily the apps Windows makes a very nice list for me.
A list?
Everything I need to reinstall. Most of which is like, oh, I need to reinstall C++. That's nice. Most of it's like that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I see.
Could you screen share?
Yeah,
assuming
hold
it's
on.
open.
Entire screen, bang! Hopefully you can hear audio too. Okay.
What the? Okay, I'm just gonna keep that there.
What?
I don't know. You see that?
See what? This is my...
For some reason I tabbed back into Discord and it just automatically added a bucket reaction to one of your messages.
What? Oh, it did.
Why is that?
Why? What? No, but please keep it. That's pretty awesome.
No, I'm not getting rid of it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, wait, what? Oh, what's the bucket doing there?
Probably open the stream. That would be smart.
Okay, so first thing we're doing today is looking at a score that I like very much. And I want to steal all of its devices. Yeah, it's Clair de Lune, but for orchestra. Arranged by Andre Kapletz. And I very much like the, I just like it. So we're gonna listen to it and steal all of the Mr. Kapletz techniques.
You did some writing today too.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm going to be looking at this and stealing all of the orchestration techniques. To be honest, I've already started doing that, but I decided I would also continue doing that here. So that's what we're doing. First, let's look at this orchestra, which is pretty small, actually. It's just strings, harp, horns, bassoons, clarinet, oboe, flutes. That's the whole orchestra. Which I guess for Clair de Lune, you really don't need much more than that.
You don't need much.
I mean, I guess I'd be curious to see what it sounds like with a bunch of trombones and stuff, but probably wouldn't be as good.
Hey, what? No, I have MuseHub.
No.
Why did I go onto Audacity's website to do that? I literally have MuseHub. It's right here.
Audacity.
Okay, the audacity.
I love Audacity. Okay, so the recording I'll be using is just this one. It's like the first one that I found by Jean-Christophe Spinozzi.
The hell is bonjour? What the?
What? What are you talking about?
I'm going down the list of things I need to reinstall, and there's something called bonjour.
What's a...
Made by Apple?
I'm just gonna start the...
Yeah, just go.
Alright, let's take a listen. Hopefully you can hear this. Okay, there's already some interesting stuff happening here. So something I can pick up here is, let me get my pen going. My pen. Thank you. Sound of the score is really low. Oh, is it too quiet? Alright, hold on. How do can I increase the volume of my Firefox? And that, I mean, it is quiet, given that it's Clair de Lune, but let me turn that up. Okay. So, interestingly, you can see here, there are flutes, but they play like 2 notes, and then they're done. And then they're like immediately followed by the violins, which I think is interesting. Let me get a color that's easier to see. Let's do like this blue. So yeah, it says alto, but that's supposed to be viola. I don't know why it's just called alto. But anyway, there's viola.
It's an alto vocalist, of course.
Sure. But yeah,
it starts the string section.
It starts with violas and cellos, and immediately flutes come in, but then they're also immediately trailed by violins, which I think is an interesting choice. And I've never seen anything like that. But
color.
Yeah, but like it's literally 2 notes and they're gone.
It's 2 notes. Yeah, it's 2 notes, but it also leads into that melody with the harp kind of acting as like an
intermediate, yeah.
Yeah, something to kind of bring it together.
I mean, I could barely hear the harp in the recording. I'm gonna be honest.
You couldn't?
Let me turn it up. So it's like flutes immediately trailing into violins. That's interesting. Okay, standard string stuff happening here. Okay. And then the winds take over here. Okay, so something that kind of sticks out to me here is that the flutes are playing lower than the clarinets, which is something that you don't see that every day. So Well, the strings still play like the normal notes here. They're playing a little lower now to fill in the harmony. I noticed that the horns are filling in some of the harmony too. And then the flutes are playing lower than the clarinet, and the clarinets are playing the melody instead.
Still seems to be a bit quiet.
Is it still too quiet?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I mean, Clair de Lune is quiet, but if it's too quiet, I'll turn it up. System, sound. Where's the sound mixer, volume mixer? From Mozilla Firefox is at 100%. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to turn it up manually then. Gain. Let's up that by like 6 decibels. Okay, hopefully this works. It is kind of hard to hear the flutes because they're so low. Harp here filling in some chords.
There's actually some really, really fascinating orchestration here, isn't there?
Yeah, wait, I don't know much about this Caplet guy. When was he around? Is he like a modern composer or is he a romantic composer? Oh, he 1878 to 1925. He was a friend of Claude Debussy, who orchestrated several of his compositions, as well as arrangements of several of them for different instruments. I see. I feel like I should have known that. But anyway. So yeah, he was around during the Romantic period. Late Romantic period. But not as fascinating. Interestingly, it looks like these horns are playing.
Horns, yeah.
They're playing octaves, which is very nice to see because if you know anything about writing for brass, if you want to write brass that doesn't completely overpower literally everything, you got to put it in octaves. Because despite being just horns, they will play over everyone. You got to be careful, especially these
the horns.
Triple piano strings. Like technically, the horns are playing louder than the strings, but you can still hear the strings nicely because the horns are out of the way because they're not playing any. Whatchamacallit? They're not playing any melody or harmony. They're just playing like normal bass notes.
What's the stylistic marking on the horn part? It's kind of hard to see.
It says Loitain. I know what that means, definitely.
It might be a brass technique.
I don't know what that means. I'm going to look up what it means right now.
I assume it's some kind of technique because they're the only one that has that.
I just got results for Lolita. Never mind. It means distant, remote, or far off. I see. So play it distantly. Are they like offstage musicians then, or
In a distant manner. It's not really the kind of feature. It's more so just to kind of fill in
do the horns like turn their chair backwards?
No, because the horn would be facing the crowd. It'd be even louder.
Oh, I never. You're right, actually. I'm not sure how you're supposed to play distantly, especially when you're playing what, like literally the horns play one note. Look at that. They play one note.
Distantly. It probably means that you're supposed to widen the cheeks a little bit so that there's less. It's more
airy
sounds.
Yeah.
That's my guess at it.
Then I'm like, why do horns instead of bassoons then? I feel like bassoon would have a much more airy sound.
Well, because bassoon also has that reedy sound to it, which probably wouldn't kind of fit the vibe here. It's a bit harsh.
I mean, sure, but like
that makes sense.
Upper bassoon definitely wouldn't have that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But there is a lot going on in the highs anyway, so I could. It goes both ways, I suppose.
Bassoon has like a ton of overtones, so yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, fascinatingly, the clarinets are playing higher than the flutes, which is a choice. I mean, it's not a bad choice. It sounds great, but you know.
The flutes are kind of actually going with the horns, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like.
Like if you look, they also have that. So it's a flute and horn, not duet. I guess it is kind of a duet, but
looking for a background texture that still has some warmth. Yes, you're probably right.
Especially with the cellos. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, cello and horn is always a good combination. Let's go back a little bit. I love that those two pizzicatos that lead into the harps. It's a lot of dovetailing in this orchestration that I've heard, because I've listened to this a ton, because it's pretty. Excuse me. Also the... Goodness, sorry. The contrabasses are only playing, like, a little bit. Like, they play the notes and then they, like, fall off, see? Like, for half of the measure, they're not even playing. But the cellos kind of fill in the space here, which I think is cool. Let's keep moving. I love that nice bass note there. I don't know why they had to mark the pizzicato note with a dotted half note, but sure. Standard woodwind stuff happening here. I think what's fascinating about this is, despite it not being orchestrated by Debussy, it sounds like Debussy orchestrated it.
It does. It reminds me, especially those low strings, it reminds me of another piece, but I can't put my finger on it.
Hey.
Oh, it's a parted rite of spring, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. I think the bassoons are kind of doing what the double basses did earlier. They're like falling off here. Lots of harp stuff happening here. Okay. More dovetailing happening here. You see the flutes and clarinets immediately moving into these guys, the bassoons and the reedy guys, instead of
I want
these.
to talk a little about what's going down strings, the middle strings. Look at that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they're playing the arpeggios.
Counter thing, yeah. It's interesting he decides to split it between the two voices. It's a good touch.
Look at that jump.
It's an octave, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a strange choice. So I think what's interesting here is that there's not a whole lot of harmony going on. Like there's like the arpeggios, but you can't really hear the violas very much on account of them being violas.
Viola.
But like the violins are literally playing one note, while the clarinets and flutes, although they're there, they immediately turn into the oboes and the bassoons. Let's go back here. It's very ethereal the way that the dovetails happen.
Bassoon is nice.
Strings playing a melody now. Look at those beautiful time sig changes.
Oh, it's looking like something I wrote.
Man, I wish I wrote like this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's a nice modulation there.
Yeah, so
nice.
Oh yeah, but this is Debussy we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. Shut up.
What do you mean shut up? That's it.
Okay, so
Oh wait, look on. I just look at this.
3/8.
It's what?
Wait, why did it's the same?
Oh guys, we're changing time signatures from 9/8 to 9/8 to 9/8. Look at that. Beautiful. All right,
Bing.
well, what do you think?
So 3/8 is actually a very odd time signature. I've written it before, and I chose to write in it personally instead of like 6/8 or 9/8 because the melody is felt in feels of 3 rather than being in 1 2 3 2 2 3.
If you're writing like
It's
a
just
jig
1
or
2 3,
something,
1
then
2
3/8
3,
is
yeah.
fine.
And 2 2 is for marches.
2's for marches.
That's the only time I've ever used 2 2, which also known as cut time.
2/2 is also used for dances.
Yes, but it's quick. It's cumbersome. Like think of a conductor. If he's just doing 1 2 3 4, he's going all over the place. That's tiring. So 2 2 is a little more easier on that. But also it's just a little easier to write and uses less ink. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that and if you play like early like harpsichord music, there's a lot of cut time, so you'll see 2/2 a lot.
Yep.
And it's very cool. But then when the classical period roll around, they're like, what? That's stupid. 4/4 all day.
So ultimately, the reason to use one of those time signatures depends on what the piece is, and in certain pieces, it's definitely better. It's definitely easier to read. Like I've certainly in the past considered swapping into a like going from 3/8 to 3/4, just because it'd be easier to read. I've considered doing that. So ultimately, it's just decided to, what the piece is, what the vibe is, that kind of stuff. That's my 2 cents
Well, yeah,
on
well,
it.
3/8 implies like a faster time than 3/4.
That is true, yeah.
But also 3/8 will use a lot more ink on account of all the bars that you're going to have to draw. So, I mean, I guess we don't really care about that now with the advent of iPads and stuff.
I suppose, yeah.
Don't think the original Clair de Lune even changes time signature. Does it not? I guess I haven't seen that. Let's go look it up. Clair de Lune, let's see.
Oh, yes, IMSLP.
I know, right?
Great website.
Very legal website,
Great
too.
Website. It's legal, I think. I think it's legal in Canada, right? That's where it's based.
Sure.
I think so. Don't quote me on that, but...
Hey, wait a minute. Prelude, hold on. Can you give me a table of contents here? What? This is the entire suite there. This is not helpful.
Wow.
What page is it on? Oh my gosh. I might have to choose a different...
I don't know, just look up something on MuseScore or something. Somebody's probably transcribed it.
You are probably right. Let us go see together.
Ping.
That's...
Oh, well.
Ping.
Ping. There it is.
Man, I wish it loaded faster. Please. 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 Oh my gosh. That's a minuet.
Clair de Lune is the third section?
Yeah, Sweet Bergamasque, yeah.
Yeah.
Change the time signature from 4/4 to any other while composing, or is it just for reading purposes? I thought it was done for the feel of the downbeats. Can you say more about that? I'm not sure quite what you mean. There it is, Clay.
If you mean like doing like going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, like adding a 2/4 bar in the middle of it, if that's what you mean, then I do it a lot. I'm working on something right now that then everything in the piece is based around changing time signatures. So
yeah, it doesn't look like Debussy changed time signatures here. I should learn to play Clair de Lune. It's probably not that difficult. I don't know why I haven't yet. I notice here he says con sordina, which I think is supposed to mean with the mute, but piano doesn't have a mute. I mean, it has the soft pedal, but that's not a mute.
I suppose it could mean like close the lid or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Why is it con sordina for the piano? Because I think, oh man, what's the soft pedal called? It's like una corda for like one string, because like when you press the soft pedal.
No clue.
Yeah, because if you press the soft pedal, because you notice when the hammers hit the strings on the piano, there are like 3 strings per note, right? But not concertina, una corda means you press the soft pedal, and literally the hammers will shift slightly so that they only press one string, so it's softer. That means soft pedal. All right, Debussy. I mean, that might be the editor, though. But
is this an original?
I don't.
Or I guess
think so.
there would still be an editor on that. Would there be?
Yeah, I don't think this is an urtext or anything. Yeah, I don't think it's concertina for the piano, bro. It's for the string guys, I think, and the brasses and stuff. You know, I haven't seen a score where people try and mute the woodwinds, even though I heard that that's possible, but I've never seen it happen.
But not common. Once I played a piece where the flute player, while they were playing, They had to stick their thumb inside the hole at the end.
Okay, well, I
Slowly.
never read about that happening.
It completely messes up the sound, but that's kind of what the piece was going for.
Like, I know you
So-
can, like, by using, like, cloth, you can mute bassoons, clarinets, and oboes. I don't think you can mute the flutes, and I don't think you can mute the piccolo. Not that you need to
That's
mute
too
the
loud.
flute, though, but you probably need to mute the piccolo. I think Rimsky-Korsakov said something like, if someone can find out how to mute the piccolo, that would be awesome, guys. Guys, can you please figure that out? But yeah, there's not really any reason to mute the flute, I don't think, and even the clarinet, because those guys can play quietly enough on their own. But muting the oboe or the bassoon, I could see being kind of fun. I just don't know what it sounds like, because I haven't heard a single piece where anyone's had to do that or asked to do that. Maybe it just doesn't sound any good, and so people haven't done that, but I know that it's possible because I read about it.
Hold on, I'm actually curious now. Flute mutes. Do they even make that? Maybe somebody made one.
Yeah, hold on. I want to look this up myself. Let me go look up like a flute mute.
What the? Oh, that's a student. Wait, why? Wait, I looked up flute mute, and one of the first results is a picture of somebody in handcuffs.
What?
What?
Let me look up like muted oboe.
There's no way that's the same context. Also, most of these are about like student recorders. Or this one, which is about bamboo flutes, which I don't know how common those are.
I'm not really getting any results for muted oboe. Probably because no one has had to do it ever. But
What about
Dang
a
it.
clarinet mute? Clarinet mute has to exist, right? It's too common of an instrument.
well, oboe is probably even more common.
Then clarinet? I don't know about that.
Well, more music is written for the oboe than the clarinets. Given that the clarinet didn't exist for a very long
Oh
time.
yeah, the oboe is older, isn't it?
The oboe is very old. So
What
is the bassoon.
this?
Oboe has been around
clarinet.
since Vivaldi, at least.
That's for electric clarinets. No. Wait, why does an electric clarinet need a mute?
Yeah, wait, don't you just like turn down the volume?
Turn on the volume.
How do those electric woodwinds even work? Is it just like have a pickup on it?
No, I think it's a little different. Like an iwi. Let's get a picture of an iwi up.
You know,
Just
I've always thought about this. Like, what if this would probably sound terrible, but what if instead of having an entire orchestra, we just like take one string player from each group, like one woodwind from each group, and then just like mic them up so it sounds like a chamber group, but it's a whole orchestra. I wonder what that would sound like. It might sound more personal, but like it would lose that big sound. But like, I'm curious what that would sound like if it was just like lots of instruments. Let me up the thickness on this. There you go. Okay, let's keep on chugging. Hold on, I kind of lost my place here. Are you simul streaming on Twitch? I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. Mostly because I don't care. Okay, you know what? Let's just
Yes,
go back
oboe
to
is
this
the
part.
double reed instrument.
Un poco mosso.
You know, here's a fun fact about me. I played bassoon for like a year, and I don't have the bassoon anymore, but I still have all the reeds. So that's a fact.
Nice. I really like this part here where the
What's going on?
this part here with the melodies. The flutes and the oboes take this part, and then like the horns like complement it at the end. Let me play that again. Right about now.
Oh, that is nice.
That's beautiful.
It's very cinematic.
It really is. I also noticed here that sometimes these instruments play like notes that seem kind of random, like these
Wait.
flutes are just playing some 3 notes out of nowhere.
Wait.
What's up?
Go back to the last page.
This one? The one with the time
Some-
signatures?
Yeah, some are 3/4 and some are 9/8.
No, I'm pretty sure they're all 9. This is what we were talking about. These are all 9/8.
No, scroll up, scroll up.
Oh, is there another one?
Was I seeing things? No. At the top of the page, of that page. I must be seeing things. No way. Yeah, look at that.
What? Oh, what? I...
Okay. All right. It's for polyrhythm. I feel like it'd make more sense. This polyrhythm would make more sense than 9/8 personally.
You know,
I mean, like, sure.
I've never seen that in my entire life. I see that. That's why there are so many time sig changes, because these guys are literally playing a different time. How you're supposed to... Okay, well, I know exactly how you're supposed to conduct that because they're basically triplets, but...
They're the
weird.
same, yeah, but still.
They're the same, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Pretty common in impressionist music, I suppose, yeah. Ding!
Nice oboe parts. Beautiful horn part here too. Okay, so
That is very nice. It's very luscious.
exactly, and I want to dissect why. So, it's something that's kind of standing out to me is that a lot of these instruments are playing like just like colorful notes. They don't really add much to the harmony or the melody, but they're adding something, and it's a little hard to hear, but it's definitely there. Especially like here, where these guys are literally playing a little bit of tremolo. And like I said here, the flute's just playing notes that seem a little bit random, but especially like here, I don't think this appeared anywhere in Debussy's original score, but these guys here are just kind of nodding along. And the arpeggios seem to switch a lot between instruments. So like it was first in the strings, and then like kind of surreptitiously switched over to the bonds. There you go, the bonds. Ping.
Ding!
And they moved over to the clarinets, and then they moved over to the harp, and then they moved back to the strings, which I think is quite fun. Let me play that again. This time we'll just listen. So lots of dovetailing happening here, and I think the dovetailing really adds to the like ethereal sound. Not keeping the melody or the accompaniment in any one instrument, like moving it between them constantly, adds to a very like ethereal sound, I think, which I think is something to keep in mind. Hold on, I'm kind of losing track here. Pizzicato. There's a lot of use of this triple piano dynamic here, which is fascinating because I don't see this a lot. This triple piano, I guess when you're conducting a whole orchestra and you're trying to get the point of Clair de Lune across, you kind of need this triple piano. But
yeah, that's...
I just haven't seen it a lot. This is a lot of a Debussy wouldn't orchestrate like this. Like this feels like Hollywoody with some impressionism. I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, a lot of Debussy's orchestration does sound like Hollywood. I think it's the other way around. Hollywood copied a lot of Debussy's orchestration.
The strings especially sound. I can kind of see the Hollywoody aspect in the strings.
If you've listened to Debussy's orchestration of the Gymnopédes, they sound like let's see, Gymnopédes. Excuse me, Debussy. It does sound very Hollywood. Let me play this part. So this is Debussy orchestrating Satie. It sounds very Hollywood. I don't really agree with this orchestration, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still pretty either way. It's something about like the string melody. I'm not sure what it is because like, of course, basically every symphony that ever existed has like a violin melody line, right? But like I don't know what specifically makes it sound so Hollywood. And I get I know what you're getting at because it does kind of sound like that, but I'm not sure why. I think the original piece's dynamics arranged entirely from triple P to P, so it's pretty faithful and typically turn of the century French. I see. Lots of I guess they were taking advantage of the fact that the piano was very quiet, unlike the pianofortes that came before. Okay, let's keep on moving. So anything to notice here? It's just winds playing now, along with a single violin, which I think seems to be helping out these guys. Something I think to notice here is that generally instruments, when they play in their upper ranges, except for something like the trumpets, but generally when instruments will play in their upper ranges, they'll start to kind of blend together a lot better because they'll start to get like this very thin quality. So if you put like clarinets and oboes and flutes in their upper ranges, they'll kind of mesh together a lot better than if they were in their lower ranges. If you tried to write harmony in low clarinets plus low oboes plus low flutes, you would be able to hear each instrument very distinctly. So if you're going for a very like blended sound, like you might want with Clair de Lune, then you want to put, violin in its upper range, flute in its upper range, clarinet in its upper range. We just associate the wishy-washy textual atmospheric character of the French Impressionist music with a lot of the film music that they inspired. That's true. It's like me reading the comments on the planets and being like, guys, this is like Star Wars. I just hear Star Wars. And to be fair, I also hear a lot of Star Wars.
It's really the other way around, though.
It is the other way around, but not to knock the Star Wars soundtrack, though. The Star Wars soundtrack is amazing. I love it.
William did a good job on that one.
Very good. Very... I mean, I wouldn't have it in either way. Nice clarinet line. Nice. So, again, more of this, like, instruments fading in and out of existence, basically. Because, like, the violin doesn't come in until half the measure, and then, like, the violins and the violas don't play until, like, later in the phrase. Same with this violin here. It just kind of, like, pops in and out. Same with these harp notes, and same with these oboes here. They like play for a little bit and then they like stop.
Clarinet especially.
Yeah, and the clarinet just kind of plays this fun texture here. Flutes, oboes, clarinets are difficult to blend. I use flutes or clarinets, oboes with bassoons, much easier to blend. Hold on. Okay, excuse me. In order to blend flutes, oboes, clarinets together, my advice, flutes don't blend as well with oboes. Oboes and clarinets blend very well. You just need to write them in their upper ranges. So like, generally, if you write the flute and clarinet above like a C5, they will blend together nicely. Like they will actually start sounding the same. Like if you play a high oboe note and a high clarinet note, they will actually just sound the same. Maybe a little difference, but pretty much like they're kind of interchangeable, at least in my opinion. Let me see if I can like pull up MuseScore to prove it, because they will start sounding the same, and then you can kind of exploit that, so you can make it sound like there are more clarinets or more oboes than there really are. Let me pull up the score here. So let's just like write in a chord here. If we have something like if we have these clarinets and oboes playing together, especially clarinet in those higher parts, it really sounds more like a bunch of clarinets or a bunch of oboes coming together.
Sounds like an organ too.
Those sound very similar. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds really similar. And similarly, now I've gotten a little bit of flack for this, but I don't care. An oboe, at least in its piano range, will sound very close to a trumpet.
I can see that, yeah.
The oboe is the trumpet of the woodwind family. It just is. So, like, this high G note would, especially at a piano volume, the trumpet would be screaming and dying. But on the oboe, it's just fine. It was built for that kind of note. So this note here, although soft, especially if you play this quieter, don't they sound really similar? And in my opinion, they sound kind of the same. So you can kind of exploit this difference, not this difference, this similarity. Yeah,
in its higher range, certainly. Yeah.
In its lower range, not so much, of course. But like I said,
yeah,
like instruments,
then it gets more of that reedy tone to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, when you write instruments in their upper ranges, they will start kind of melding together, and you can really use this to your advantage. Like if you want to write a brass chord that's really up high, but you can't because brass instruments aren't built for that, then you can just kind of combine oboes and even clarinets, because oboes and clarinets will start to sound the same in their upper ranges. And the oboes will start to sound like the trumpet in its upper range. So if you want to write a nice quote unquote high brass chord, then you can write, trumpets playing some lower bits, and then you can kind of imitate having a high trumpet or even like trumpet overtones just by stacking oboes and clarinets over that brass chord. My band director said that clarinets are divas. Are they? What do you think? No, oboe and clarinet sort of didn't blend. Do you think so? I think it blended nicely. Here, let me pull up an example of someone doing it way better than I did. At the beginning of Venus...
Let's get a professional.
At the beginning of Venus, you can see basically a perfect example of dovetailing. Example. Yeah, it's... Here.
Venus is the best movement of the planets, and I will die on this hill.
I think so, too. But I really, really like Neptune.
It's kind of long.
It's kind of long?
Or is that... No, that's... I know one of the moments that it kind of like drags on.
Saturn.
Actually.
I really like Saturn, but it's like one of those pieces that you got to listen to when you're in the mood for it. Otherwise, I guess it can be kind of boring. But like if you're like,
It's not boring. It's just too long. Like I think Rite of Spring Part 1. I think that's a great piece, but it's too long.
you really think it's
Just personally.
too long?
It's a bit. It drags on a bit. I will. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not boring. It's Rite of Spring. That's the opposite of boring. But still,
It is the opposite of boring. Okay. So here's Holst, the planet. This is just Venus. I mean, you guys all know it, but it's a perfect example of blending together. You'll see that flutes and oboes, not oboes and clarinets. It is oboes and clarinets in the next measure. You'll notice how the flutes like go down and then the oboes take over so that it sounds more oboe at the end, even though it sounded more flute at the beginning. Clarinets here, see? So flutes, oboes, clarinets. So that entrance there, where the flutes, they start in their higher range because you will be able to very distinctly hear the timbre of a flute when it's playing up there. But it goes down. So the timbre of the flute is a little bit lost as it moves into the timbres of the oboes. You play VR chat? No, I've never tried VR chat. So yeah, the oboes kind of take over this little, I don't even want to say melody, this like little progression here. So that by the end, the flutes they literally disappear, but you don't really notice it because it becomes more oboe-like then. And then the clarinets here playing along with the flutes.
Yeah.
And it gets more of that rounded bassy tone because of the wonderful clarinets there. I don't like that they cut off the instruments here, but whatever. Okay, so there's that. I think VTubers, if they had a video game, I mean, I guess. I don't play a lot of video games, though. Are you a femboy as well? You know, I'll let you be the judge of that. Let's continue rating classical music instead. How about that?
Yeah, we're supposed to be listening to Debussy here.
Hold on. Let's go back to this part here. Strings being introduced here like halfway through the phrase. I think like this like one violin note is like, it's like emphasizing the note of the flutes.
The horn is beautiful.
It's literally just like playing one note to like fill in the space, but it's like it's working.
It's just hanging in there. It's just hanging up there. Really tying it together though. It's very, very nice.
More of that wonderful pizzicato. More of that. See, the horn's not doing what the violin was doing. It's just like playing one note and then dying away.
Yeah. Now they take over the melody. Lovely.
Yeah, see, the horn literally played one measure of the melody. And now it's the clarinet playing the melody. So, yeah, the couplet here, the orchestrator of this piece, is taking advantage of all... See how the melody shifts? It was like here, and now it's here, and then now it's here, and then now it's here. It's like ping-ponging between the orchestra. That's quite fun, ain't it? It puts more active arpeggios and sixteenths of the original almost exclusively in harps and low winds. Harp is obvious, and I guess the clarinet achieves that highly fluid loose aspects of the original where the oboe might be too piquant. I think you're right about that. It's like switches from, cellos. He did have a little bit in bassoons earlier, but I guess the clarinets might have been a bit too busy. Yeah, there are some arpeggios happening here. And here, especially here. Okay, this is basically the end. There was another. I don't think I can pull up the score for this, but there was another performance that I really liked, which is Clair de Lune for wind quintets, which I think is also very interesting. So let's just like listen to that.
Who's the arranger?
Emily Tsai.
Okay, I've never heard of her.
Let's take a listen. I think this is also very fascinating arrangements, even though, it's 5 instruments. Beautiful lower flute melody there. I think it's really impressive how the horn is able to blend together with all these guys despite it being so quiet. I really love how the oboe takes over here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is Emily Tsai who arranged this.
Oh, okay.
And then if I'm not going to play the whole thing, but like, towards this part here with the arpeggios, I think it's the bassoon that gets the arpeggios. And then it's the clarinet and the horn that are taking over the chords and stuff. Actually, no, it sounds like it's bassoon and clarinet. The bassoon's just easier to hear than the clarinets. I mean, of course, when you have 5 instruments, you gotta compromise somewhere, but I think it really gets the point across nevertheless. Okay. So just to recap on what happened throughout this piece, lots and lots and lots of dovetailing. Beautiful dovetailing. This orchestration has a very, very ethereal, kind of like you're flying through the sky kind of quality, right? And how exactly does Couplet achieve that? Lots of instruments leading into each other. The harmony and the melody don't really stay in one instrument group. The melody will move from the flutes to the violins here. We saw earlier, or later, it moved from the violins to I think it was like the clarinets to the oboes to the flutes or something like that, or the horn. It just kept moving and moving and changing instruments, but it does so effortlessly. And I think part of that is because a lot of the piece is in a piano volume. I think this is like the only place that I've seen a bunch of fortes. And there's some mezzo forte happening here, but for the most part, it's being kept at a piano dynamic, right? I mean, there's crescendo here, and then it moves to the climax. But for the most part, it's in a pianissimo, piano, triple piano kind of volume. And when the instruments are playing at that volume, they're a little easier to blend together, or at least maybe not easier to blend together, but like the ear can't really discern them as much as when they're playing forte. Like I don't know what it is, but when they're playing quieter, I guess they might be easier to discern. And also, I would like to point out again how conservative the orchestration is. Flutes, oboes, clarinets, bassoons, horns, harp, and then strings. That's it. There's nothing else happening here. No trumpets, no trombones, none of that. No piano either. I would have thought that something like this would have warranted at least having a piano part, but there's no piano.
This is just a wind quintet plus strings, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, kind of. I'm not sure I agree with that because the strings did play a huge part in this.
The low strings not so much, but certainly the high strings.
Yeah, the low strings not so, but the high strings definitely. But like, I did show that wind quintet arrangement. Certainly you could do an effective arrangement of this for a concert band or something like that if you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you should.
Or is that a suggestion?
Yeah. I feel like you'd...
Clair de Lune for concert bands. Dude, I love arranging for concert band. I'd gladly do that.
Yeah, and especially
My
for
favorite
clearly
orchestration.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do with strings half the time.
Well, I don't
If you've
know
ever
what to
looked
do
at
with
my
other
string
guys half
parts,
the time.
if you've ever looked at my string parts, they're very basic because I'm a wind band person at heart. So I feel like I know around my wind band, but not so much the strings.
Yeah.
Honestly, writing a string quartet would actually be a very good exercise. I should probably do that sometime. Oh, that's gonna be my next.
Woodwind. Horn is an
thing I-
honorary woodwind. Yeah, yeah. See, the thing is, like, especially horns and bassoons, they blend together very well. So they are basically an honorary woodwind whose voice is with you. The voice that plays when my mouth moves. That's the one that's with me. Ravel did it a ton. Ravel is a great orchestrator, much better than Debussy, in my opinion.
Actually, now that you mention it, I never introduced myself, did I?
Yeah, well, I don't introduce myself either, so, you know.
Well, also, you're literally the name face of the channel. I feel like that's kind of a
Yeah, I don't have, like, Discord reactive or anything stupid like that set up. I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. Why would I need it?
Touche. It's nice to have, I suppose.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I'll have to keep it simple around here.
Keep it simple, yeah.
Keep it simple. Who's the person streaming with you? Oh yeah, you. Who are you? Also, wait, hold on. I just want to point out there's another 3498 thing happening over here
Oh, that's just lovely, isn't it?
at this tempo rubato section. Beautiful and terrifying. Anyway, who are you? What's your name?
My name is Lucian. I do classical music streaming as well, I guess.
I guess, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, I've been kind of busy. My schedule's kind of a mess right now, but I've been kind of busy with the fallout of the wind ensemble thing. I've been trying to get that all ready to go. But yeah, I write music too.
So, when is it coming out?
When it's done.
And when's it gonna be done?
2032. I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute. Why do these guys change to 9/8, but these guys don't? And why is it missing a time signature here too? What? And okay. Well, you know what? Whatever.
Oh, it's my channel. I'm here. I'll type in chat so you can.
Bartok time signatures. No, Bartok is even crazier than that. Don't kid yourself.
My name is Luto on YouTube, so I'll just type in chat so you can. There I am.
I'd really like. See, I'd like to analyze Bartok, but I feel like if I looked at it, I wouldn't know like the first thing to look at. Is the thing. I think I need to watch like a few introductory videos or something, or read like a criticism of him.
You show me that book you were reading. That book you were reading, like
I don't
that
think it
wasn't
was
specifically about Bartok specifically, but it was it was certainly an introduction to like.
It was like atonality.
Atonality.
Well, Bartok, as far as I know, Bartok didn't use like the 12-tone system. He just kind of did his own thing. Nobody sounds like Bartok. But I'm sure I could find a book about Bartok's music and how exactly he wrote his music.
Well, certainly, there's got to be one out there.
Yeah. I once saw a Soviet modernist piano piece with a single stave and 2 time signatures because reading tuplets is apparently too messy. How does that make any sense? Ginastera sounds like Bartok. Maybe. Bartok, a little bit of Shostakovich, but that's about it.
One of those composers he's very much his own thing.
Very much his own thing, yeah. Debussy is very much his own thing. Stravinsky is very much his own thing. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. If composers start sounding like each other, that'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I know I bring up his name at literally every opportunity I get to. Ping! But
Ping.
Percy Granger.
Ping.
I've never heard anybody emulate his style well.
Ping. Ping.
Ping.
This is my reorchestration I was trying to do, but hold on. Let me put away my drawing tablet first, which I was using to annotate stuff. I don't really have any place to put it, actually. I have basically no space on my desk right now because it's being taken up by a bunch of random stuff. I guess I'll just unplug it and toss it somewhere. Ba-doom. Did you hear
That was a dark ping.
Yeah, that was my unplug sound from when I unplug something from my computer. Ba-doom.
Ba-dum.
I don't get to hear that one very often. Ba-doom.
Keep that here.
Got stretched a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna take a stretch break as well. That's a good idea.
Like stretching. This is a
good
piece
for
I
ya.
was writing. Now I was trying to rearrange the piece I called Homesick. I think I released it like 8 months ago. And I think my main problem with it is that it sounded too grand. Like
Too grand.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounded too dense. It didn't sound
Okay, I
free
can see
enough. Which is why I specifically looked to that Claire de Lune score to see how to fix that, right? And now I want to try applying something. You can see I already tried applying some of that, some things that Coplet did. I have the flutes moving into violins here. But I think what I also learned from actually sitting down and looking at the score is that sometimes the accompaniment just moves from instrument to instrument, and kind of on a on a frequent basis. Like from like 2 measures, it's one instrument, and 2 measures later, it's another playing the harmonies. I do have a full orchestra here, which I do intend to use. But I think I'm going to have to be a bit more conservative about it. Yeah. Especially for like the more climactic parts, I would like it. And especially the ending, I would quite like to use all of them.
Sorry, is that 2 bassoons and a contrabassoon?
Yeah. Well, I just like loaded in like I loaded in like the symphony template.
Oh, the templates.
I just added in a contrabassoon. Yeah, but
I'm gonna say 3 bassoon parts. That's nice.
Yeah, but it is a little brave.
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. I think I might actually just get rid of bassoon 2. Just have bassoon 1 and contrabassoon, but yeah. I also did include a euphonium because I did have a euphonium in the original.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know why the euphonium just isn't part of the orchestra now, because like the other band instruments, like the saxophones, I can kind of almost understand them not being part of the orchestra because they don't really blend super well with like strings and stuff. But like,
what's the whole reason that the saxophone? Sorry for interrupting. This is a fact. I always hear it whenever I laugh whenever I hear it. The whole reason the saxophone wasn't added to the orchestra was because the inventor was an asshole.
Yeah, but I think the real reason why it hasn't been added is because Beethoven didn't write for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that. I also just think by the time that it was in, let's see, when was it invented? Saxophone invented date.
Wasn't it like the late 1800s? Am I getting it right?
1840s. So yeah, that was about the time that they were finishing the that's about time they were finishing the fun phase of orchestra where they were just kind of throwing in whatever they could find.
Yeah, the tuba really got in there like kind of clutch.
Last minute.
Yeah, it got in there last minute because Beethoven didn't write for a tuba because the tuba didn't even exist. But but the tuba just kind of snuck in there afterwards.
Saxophone lobbying.
And I think the tuba probably got included because like it's kind of ideologically like a lower horn part. But yeah, all the instruments that you see in like a modern orchestra now are just kind of variations of instruments we've already seen, like bass trombone, euphonium, contrabassoon's been around for a while. But yeah, instruments like that, even though like Beethoven didn't write for them, and again, Beethoven's basically the one that established what an orchestra is. So that's the reason why those instruments are included.
5/8 time signature. You're speaking my language.
No, that's a time signature I can get behind. I don't know why I have 4 clarinets, by the way. Don't ask. No
Oh, I didn't
questions.
even notice.
I
No, actually, for you, I can understand that.
I don't think I need that many though. Pianos didn't exist in Bach today, but people will be playing well-tempered clavier. It's because Beethoven wrote for the piano, guys. I don't know how to tell you this, but the classical, at least in the early Romantic period and of course, the late classical period, Beethoven was basically like the holy grail of what music could be. Like, people actually thought that Beethoven was basically the best there could ever be. And I guess at that point, maybe he was, but even
who was his competition at the time? It was like, let's see.
His competition at the time, I don't know. But yeah, when it came to how an orchestra sounds and how music is quote unquote supposed to be written, it was all based on what Beethoven wrote. Even though Beethoven probably wasn't the best orchestrator sometimes, but he's still considered a.
Oh, wasn't Haydn really close to Beethoven? Or no, not Haydn.
Haydn was Beethoven's teacher.
Well, yes, I guess they would be close. It was Schubert he was really close with.
You're right. Was he close?
Actually, they were buried next to each other, yeah.
I think they're like close stylistically, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Schubert was Beethoven's student, and he respected him so much that he requested to be buried next to Beethoven. Because I do know that their graves are literally across the way from each other.
Where are they? I would like to see them. Do you know where they are? Are they in? Wasn't Beethoven born in like Bonn, Germany? Is he buried there?
Beethoven's grave. It's in Vienna, apparently.
Oh, it's in Vienna. I've been to Vienna. I didn't get to see their graves. Dang it. The sax group's reputation for its use in popular music, which different itself from serious classical music. I mean, that's fair, and I think that's fine. I really like jazz, but obviously I don't write jazz. Sax is more for jazz and sometimes used by marching bands. It's often used by marching bands. Maybe you just don't hear it very much because in specifically marching bands, you can really only hear trumpets in a marching band. That's something I've always thought about marching bands. Like, I know they're kind of like marching band people are kind of obsessed with making like a good sound, but when I actually hear a marching band play, all I can hear is trumpet. I'm not gonna lie.
I just sent you a picture, by the way, of the gravesite. To the left is Beethoven, to the right is Schubert, and in the middle, that's not Mozart's grave, but it's a memorial to him.
Is Mozart not buried in Vienna? I have to say Beethoven.
I don't think so.
It's Schubert, and this is supposed to be.
That's in the middle. That's not Mozart's grave, but it's like a memorial to him.
Who's that supposed to be on top? You know?
I don't know. Some holy person, I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking at none of that. Doesn't look like Mozart, and that doesn't look like Mozart. But yeah, Beethoven and Schubert. So this is where their graves are. I see. I like how Beethoven's looks like a waypoint. it's like a magical. It's like a magical stone. It even has like a lyre on it and like some gold and like the fancy font. Schubert's looks a bit more
Mozart's
standard.
Grave has the crying. Mozart's grave has the crying angel next to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Since the saxophone is like the most versatile and capable instruments, I'm not sure if I would say the saxophone's the most versatile. I would definitely give that to the horn, actually. I think the horn's the most versatile instrument out of all of them. But saxophone, I would agree that saxophone's definitely close.
Yeah, make sure to save your game when you get to Beethoven's grave.
Yeah, make sure to save it as a teleport waypoint.
Yeah, so you can get back to there faster later.
Yeah, every time you want to pay your respects. I wonder if they hold concerts here, like by their graves.
Like kick-ass concert venue.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You can open the pause menu in Beethoven's grave. You're so right. That's why they have features. They don't want total trumpet domination, snare breaks, and solos. I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to a whole lot of marching band music, but a lot of the people with whom I went to middle school, in high school, they were mostly in like marching band. They would talk about how great their performance was and how they're really dedicated to making a good sound, and I actually listened to their performance, and it's all trumpet, maybe some percussion in there, and then it's all trumpet. But in concert band, obviously, it's a little different. But like, when you're playing out there in the field, I think it's mostly choreography, and then like the music comes second. The most acrobatic, flexible, combines all the positives of the woodwind with the positives of brass. Definitely more agile than the horn. Oh, definitely. But range on the sax is also crazy. It really is. But the range on the horn is also crazy. Like, the horn is a huge range. It is very, very large. Okay, well, I don't think the horn can play that low, but...
The cool thing about horn too is it's also very versatile in terms of style. It can play softly, it can play very strongly, it can play beautifully, it can play funny.
Oh yeah, and if you mute it, it sounds pretty fun too.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Trombone is kind of the same, but it's a little less on the
Trombone
soft
also
side.
has a big range, but yeah, it's a bit more, I guess what you could, it sounds more brassy, right? It has more resonance.
Yeah. It doesn't it has a very, believe me, trombone's high range is very, very nice.
It is very nice.
Especially in like slower bits. But other than that, if you were going to do anything else, the trombone in a slower piece, it's nothing but, whole notes. Unfortunately. But it's still nice. Agree. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it personally. I don't get to use it very often too.
What, the high trombone?
No, I don't use it very often. I use a lot of winds.
Well, why not? Since you just complimented it a bunch.
Well, I never get the chance to, frankly. It has its time, it has its place,
I mean, that's true. Personally, I don't really write a lot for the high trombone because this is going to be another thing that all the people that play these instruments are going to start coming after me for, but once I play it for you, it's going to be obvious. The bassoon and the trombone, they sound pretty similar, especially in these upper ranges. The trombone is obviously much louder.
Yeah.
But they do start sounding kind of the same, and you can kind of use this again to your advantage to kind of blend them together. But personally,
trombone is actually sorry. Go ahead.
Personally, I prefer the high bassoon over the high trombone, but probably high trombone's much easier to play than high bassoon, I imagine.
Another cool thing about trombone is you said that the higher range is good for bassoon. It's actually the opposite with cello. The lower range on trombone and cello go really nice together.
That's true.
I've figured that out, at least. I figured that.
Trombone, horn with cello. Well, basically any brass instrument would go good with cello. Cello is just a great instrument for that. Okay,
yeah,
I've been a whole lot of talk and haven't actually been writing anything. So you can see here where I started stealing bits and pieces from that thing that we did. But I want to try experimenting with moving, again, the harmony between instruments. The difference between, Clair de Lune and this is that the chords change much more often. The harmony changes much more often. That's something that I just do because I think it feels kind of boring if it stays on the same chord for too long, so it just kind of shifts. And I think what I want to do here in order to keep a more free-flowing tone is that I'm going to want to put a bit more tuplets in. Right now it's not like strictly in quarter notes, but it's not really like as free-flowing as maybe I'd like it to be. So I start with this oboe call here, which I think was originally in horn, but I'm kind of unsure on what I want to put it in. Now I think something that I need to fix here, again having looked at the score, is that the strings didn't really play a whole lot of harmony. They were just at least they were not as close as this. They were playing much more open harmony than what I wrote down here, and I kind of want to try try splitting it up a little bit. So, let's see. If I were to split up this harmony instead, maybe it would also
Patch
make
are
it
you using
easier to
first?
introduce the bass notes.
What patch are you using for that solo violin?
This is a Berlin Sounds pack.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's see.
How much is that? I might buy it.
I don't know. Probably more than it should be, but you know, it's up to you.
Yeah, that's a bit pricey.
Yeah, it really is. So instead, let's try and fill in some of the gaps here. Make it nice and wide range. Maybe something like this. Have them be kind of far apart instead of close together. That might sound a bit more like what I want. This is going to be a C minor chord. You guys like my new keyboard, by the way? I've been hearing it this whole time. It's very, very loud. And I plan to...
mechanical?
Yeah, it's very mechanical. Even more than my last one, which is also mechanical, but this one's even louder. And you're gonna like it. Okay, so this chord here is a G major over D. No, G flat major over D. Thanks to the power of chords, this should work just fine. And let me actually also put these guys in even lower dynamics. Like we saw, so you know, pianissimo here. And try something like this. And then over C. Do I want it to be over A instead? I think I like that a bit better. And therefore you shall move up to C. And you should move up to E. That's not C. That's C. Say an A instead. A, and E. And then you should move nicely to E over B. No. Yes, E flat over B flat. Or E flat minor. So E flat minor should be E flat, G flat, and B flats. So keep this E flat here and tie that. Okay, so just a word of advice for all you composers out there. Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
Damn, you got my hopes up.
This is going to be a nice D flat here. Should I move you down? I feel like there needs to be like an arpeggio down here to establish these bass notes. Let's have contrabasses and cellos do this part here. Not that fast. How about we have some tuplets here instead. I think that might be interesting. If we have you guys play tuplets instead, that might be more fun.
Pizzicato. So then the cello part could also add a bit of bounciness to it, which could be nice.
Yeah, I was thinking pizzicato too.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh.
We'll have you contrabasses play pizzicato, not
Is
pizzicato.
this... What chord is this right here? Is this the dominant?
This is here 4/1, so it's a plagal cadence.
Okay.
Higher. Maybe lead these notes, these higher notes, lead into the harp playing. I did include an organ. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I did include it. And I think it could be nice to try and include it. But for now, we'll just kind of let it sit there for a little bit. How's your sight reading? Awful, terrible. I suck at sight reading. I'm awful at it. Just play a piano here. Harp is kind of quiet, and so organ with orchestra. Yeah, well, you've never seen an organ play with an orchestra before. There needs to be more movement, I think.
Okay, sorry about that. Moment of truth. Did I lose all of my MuseScore music?
Oh no.
Basically everything that wasn't saved online.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, actually, let me check here. Okay, no, I got all this still. Okay, good. It's just not open in the app yet. Okay, we're good. Woo, that's a sigh of relief.
Oh my gosh.
I probably lost a couple things, but if I'm not remembering them, then they probably weren't important.
Well, now is your wake-up call to buy an external drive and save all your projects to that.
I already have one!
Then use it!
I do use it!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I need to reinstall the sounds? Ugh, okay.
Yeah, that does take forever.
Take your bets, y'all. How long is this gonna take? There's 10 things downloading. Oh, sorry, 11 things. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky. Do you have harp?
Yeah, I do have harp. There it is. Not sure if I like this part. How are you so fast at MuseScore? What do you mean, how am I so fast?
What keybinds, I bet.
What's fast about... Oh, don't tell me you guys are seriously clicking on everything. Oh no. Oh, I can tell you my keybinds right now. N is note inputs. Control Z, obviously. 5 is your quarter notes. So 6 is your half note, 7 is your whole notes, 4 is your 8th note, 3 is your 16th notes. T is for tying notes. T select a bunch of notes, S is for slurring them, Shift S is for staccato them, Shift V is for accenting them, Shift N is for
I didn't know any of this!
You didn't know any of this? Control T is for text like this.
I've been clicking everything, going through the menus.
Gosh.
I feel like I've progressed back to being a Neanderthal in
if you press Control if you press Control 3, it will change it into a triplet. Control 4, quadruplets. Stuff like that.
I did not know any of this.
If you press on a single instrument, if you press Control D, you can do dynamics. Stuff like that. Also, what's a really fun keybind, if you press Control X on something, it will cut it.
Yep.
And if you press Control Shift X, it'll swap it. So you can swap.
I haven't actually been wanting to do that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. That's nice.
I'm telling you right now how to do it.
I'm never gonna forget it. I see you do it a lot. You also swap between staves with a keybind. Which one is that?
What do you mean swap between saves? Like this?
Yeah, like that.
If you hold down Alt and use the up and down arrow keys, you'll move between notes.
Fascinating. All right.
And if you press the left and right arrow keys, you'll do like this. If you press Alt and Shift, then you will move it diatonically. If you just press with the normal notes, it will move chromatically.
Right.
But if you press it with Alt and Shift, they will move diatonically. If you press Control and the up and down, then it will move in by octaves. And if you press up and down with a Shift, then it will select. But I don't use that one very much.
I feel like I feel like a caveman who's just been given like an iPod or something like that.
You dum-dum, I can't believe you've been clicking everything.
Cross staves. I Control Shift. Yeah, nice.
Also, there's some weird ones that I've seen but never really used. Like if you press X, you can swap this. Which is kind of fun.
Swap the voices.
Yeah, and I think if you press a certain keybind here, I forget exactly what it is, but it's like what's the keybind? You can like what the heck is the keybind for this? I don't know. I've seen that you can move like notes between staves or something, kind of like how they do in like piano music. Oh, yeah, there, like that. If you press Control Shift with the keys, you can move it between staves. That's kind of fun.
I got a speed muse score speed.
And I think if you press Alt and the up and down arrow keys on a bar line, you can actually separate these bar lines. So I can.
Could we have like a speedrun.com category dedicated to like arranging Beethoven 9 in muse score?
Just do it like an XML import.
No. You got to copy it down note by note.
Oh no, that would be awful.
That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Would there be a glitchless category? How would that work?
What kind of glitches? Oh yeah, by the way, about that note input thing, you know how 5 is in the quarter note? Then you can go even longer. So you could go all the way up to that. I don't know when you'd ever need that, but you can do it. I think there are also some weird hidden features here, but you don't really need to worry about those.
I'm sticking to my DAW.
You should probably know these. F10 is the instrument menu, and F12 is this menu. Yeah, you should know those. A double breathe, is that what would be called in the British? Bro, I don't know. Do I sound British to you at all?
I'm sorry, did I just hear breathe? I'm sorry. I that is unacceptable.
It's in the American system.
It's called a breve.
Is it not called a? I've heard breathe, semi-breathe. I've heard those terms.
It's breve, isn't it?
Is it breve? I've always heard breathe. Unless I just listened to someone that's saying it wrong. Which is possible.
I could have sworn it's pronounced breve. Well, let me get the dictionary.
No, you were probably much more knowledgeable about this than I have. There's like quaver and breathe.
Quaver. No, that's fine. I'm not gonna
quaver.
Okay, so there's a
everyone says beeve. Well, like beaver.
Beeve.
Breathe.
A modern term for a brevis.
A brevis?
Brevis, that's the Latin name of it.
Oh, brevis, yeah, that it means short.
For some reason that's muted, whatever.
I think I'm gonna need more whatchamacallits, triplets here if I want to make the sound as
A word
fluid
that
and
means
as I
short
want.
is the longest interval.
Who did this? I think it's because actually, because it's brevis is a Latin word, and when they were coming up with these terms in like the Renaissance, they actually used much longer, much longer notes. So like this note that you see here with the double lines that looks like a magnitude thing, this used to be like the standard whole notes, I believe. So then this would be your quarter note, kind of. But like soon it was probably because this is just terrible to write this with the lines, and this was much
Pretty
easier
hard to
with
read
the no
too.
lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in the Renaissance, when like notation was being invented, basically, this used to be the standard, and like stuff like these, like if you this with the stem, if you read like old music theory textbooks, then you will see these like double whole notes and these quadruple whole notes a lot. So this note here was actually like the short notes, right? But like soon it became so like this was the long note, so all these guys became shorter, and from there.
Thank you for the music history lesson.
Very cool. I think those triplets have massively improved it, even though it's such a small difference. I think it needs to have a much warmer sound after this. Like horns need to come in and play this part instead of these guys. Like the strings need to immediately move into some horn stuff. So
I don't even think you need to change the strings, honestly. Just I think horn is definitely doesn't need to be anything big, just something at the horn, yeah.
probably just like well, okay, let's see. Let's just do some experimenting here. So you are I'll tie this here. Oh, did you see me use a keybind there? I pressed the T button for tie.
Oh wow, look at you.
I know, right? By the way, I didn't mention this one. If you press plus, you can do a sharp, and if you press minus, you can do a flat, and if you press equals, you can do a natural.
Oh, I just use the arrow keys. Like a
well, yeah, that works too. But
functional member of society.
Sometimes it's a little different, because sometimes you want a sharp, even though technically it'd be like a flat note or whatever.
Oh, in which case I refer to the sharp note at the top of my screen.
Well, yeah, but you have to move your mouse all the way over here. Oh my gosh.
Humanity.
The humanity. You can see me use double sharps here. I know people have gotten on to me for using double sharps,
but
I don't care. Yeah. It's because technically this chord is a sharp 2 augmented chord, and therefore it needs to be B natural augmented. So it's B, D sharp, and F double sharp. So that's why it's written like that. I guess I could write it the diatonic way, but screw you, I write it how I want. Okay, so let's finish up the harmony here. I think this actually needs to move down to an E. Let's introduce the horns here at this one chord. Oh yeah, and also you can switch voices by pressing Control Alt 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I do that one kind of often.
Nice.
Yeah, if you need to write for multiple voices. How am I gonna do this?
I kind of want to write something now, actually.
Well, then do it.
What should I write?
I don't know.
This one. Let's stream this one again. This is the Sonata. You can't see it, but whatever. mixer.
I think this needs to be an A. And then this is a... Excuse me. Goodness. B minor. I need this to be more horn-like.
Oh, just any new. Oh, geez, I didn't change my preferences.
To what?
I saw that beautiful, not beautiful, ugly, horrific musical blue.
Oh yeah, the blue is pretty bad. I think I have purple or something.
Yeah, I use purple. Should another wheel stream. That'd be fun.
I think there need to be more arpeggios here. Let's have lower clarinet play this. Lower clarinet can't play this C3, but I guess I'll just have bass clarinet help out here. I'll move you down. And then violin will also have to move down to compensate. Like this. And I guess we'll have bassoon here. I'm playing these triplets. We'll try this. Oh wait, it moves not to that chord. F, B. Try bass clarinets. No, I don't want it to be too similar to what you guys are doing. I guess I could just put it in the basses. Can I paste into a tuplet? Screw you. How am I gonna do this? I kind of want these first two notes to be pizzicato. Let me just shorten this. And then have you guys be arco. So I'm going to separate them a little more here, just by dragging.
Wonderful notation.
And then we'll get rid of the bassoon doing this for now.
Probably ought to slur over that just for clarity, yeah.
It is bothersome how much louder arco is in pizzicato, so you're going to have to shut up. Better. Yeah, now that I listen to it again, it feels a lot more stiff without these arpeggios coming in. These arpeggios are definitely helping out, but I think I just need to write them a little more intelligently. And this is a G, not G flat, G diminished chord. Listen to those tritones.
Wonderful.
Okay, you can't really hear these guys. Let me boost your volume a little bit. And I'll have these violas kind of punctuating this low G here, I think. And I guess violins too. They'll just play the low G. It's pizzicato, so it's fine.
Wait, where did that one go?
What are you looking at?
I might have lost one piece. Oh no, I kind of like that one too. Is it this one?
Oh, this is still playing. No, you play Arco, please. No, don't do that.
No. There's literally 2 notes in that. Why did I save that on mine? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I might have lost something. Isn't that just lovely?
This is so sad.
Unless it's somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
This is so glad. Oh wow, I thought I almost lost this. I like this piece too.
Okay. And then, right, G minor here, or diminished, sorry. And then 1, whoopsies. Just 1 over C. Could try this. This might sound a little ugly though, if I have this low C in the cello. It does sound kind of ugly. You just play A here. Or, yeah, you play A. I think fascinatingly, if you put 1 in the first inversion, it will sound like a minor chord despite being a major chord. Which is kind of weird, but oh well. Do some pits action here. And I want to move to a nice bassoon part here, playing the arpeggios.
I need to finish this piece as well, don't I? The waltz one. I never got around to this one.
Man, you're gonna be busy. Oh, I just
I'll
put a
do-
tuplet inside of a tuplet. That's not good.
I'm gonna do
Don't do
one more
that.
movement, so I could probably dedicate a stream to doing that. That'd be nice.
3 would be C minor. Bassoon is a little quiet. I think that's okay though. Keep the horns kind of far apart. Okay. And then double sharp here. You too quiet. The flute's playing this counter melody here, but I'm afraid it might be a little bit too quiet. Oh well. Okay. No, no, no. Something dies off a little too quickly there. I think it's the cellos. Once the cellos go away, it's a little, there's not much happening anymore. But you need to, like, shush. That's the whole point of me writing you like this. Maybe bassoon's just too quiet. Let's have... Maybe 2 bassoons would get the point across better. I do have 2 bassoons. And a contra bassoon, but just ignore that part for now. Okay, I'm gonna turn up the volume here because it is getting quiet.
Was it chromatic I heard?
This guy needs to shush. And then maybe a little bit of string harmony happening here. Double sharp. The double sharp doesn't have a keybind. I just checked again to make sure.
I was gonna point that out.
Yeah, I was looking for it, but it doesn't exist.
And look at that, dragged all the way back to the bottom.
Where
the
did
bottom
that bring
rung of
you?
society.
Back to me.
Exactly.
Oh no, you're too loud. Hold on. Horns can kind of die off here. Don't come in exactly on the downbeats. Come in a little after. Something like this. That's much better. Put some accents on these. I feel like I'm losing kind of that pizzicato part here.
Is that English horn?
No, there's no English horn playing. I do have one, but it's not playing anything.
Oh, it's a clarinet. Okay. With that specific flute sound, with the clarinet, it sounds like an English horn, kind of.
Does it?
To me, it does a little.
I mean, a little bit, sure. Look at me. 4 flats to no flats. Thanks, modulation.
Maybe I'm just crazy, who knows?
Well, yes, but that's probably not the reason why.
Ouch. I see how it is. Okay.
I see how it is. Is a D diminished chord. Or you can just double what the contrabass is doing, that's fine. Maybe you guys also don't come on the downbeats. Maybe here you can, because this is the cadence. Try something like this. It's a little too loud. This is a B minor or B diminished chord. I guess all of these notes say the same. Let's see.
What's the You have a hard key change in there. Is there a reason for that? I guess it.
So it's not boring. That's my reason.
No, it doesn't really sound like. Maybe it's just a really, really hitting key change.
Well, you see, thanks to the power of chords, I can transition to any key I want.
That is true. No, but usually you can kind of hear the change. That's a pretty sneaky one you got there.
I like to be sneaky with my key changes. And then you guys also play. I want the whatchamacallits, the cellos to come back here.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Cellos, you're back in the game. Triplets. Contrabasses too, actually, but not like that. Where's the harp? There you are. Is it? Yeah, just like that. That's not how you spell Arco. There you go.
Ooh, that's nice.
I'm thinking like the clarinet should move to another instrument like the horn, like maybe this run here. I'm gonna have to be very sneaky about this, and trust me, it's going to be very sneaky. Oh, it was so sneaky. No one even
That is quite
noticed.
sneaky. I feel. I don't want to like backseat.
Maybe you could just
If
be
you're gonna
in the
do that,
horn now.
you should round out the flute part a little more as well.
Okay, the horn's not being heard very well here. Oh, the tuba is coming in. That's why. Shut up. Maybe instead of tuba, you need to be like contrabassoon, so you're not so loud. All right, contrabassoon. Or actually, I have a no. Screw it, contrabassoon. You guys quieter. I really like these guys together. Maybe even you. Okay.
Some nice harmonies in the viola would be nice there.
Maybe. Do I want it to be mainly in strings or mainly in horn? Because the horn is playing this, and I did decrescendo it. Let me not do that. Did I lower the horn sound? No, I actually raised it up. Why can't I hear it? Hello, you're a soloist. Play. I don't really like this low string now. I don't really like it. I want it to be, again, mostly horn here. I'll just have you guys like decrescendo across this. This run here I think is nice, but let me just get rid of viola here. Okay. Of course, this what F minor or yeah F minor. No, A minor. Very incorrect. A minor over C to be precise. I'll try something like this. This oboe note sticks out a bit too much. Just do second flute, I guess. And put this note in the clarinets. D minor next. Where's the bass moving? Bass moves down. Hold that a little longer, slightly longer. Do I even want horn here? Just try it in trombone first, but also quietly. I'm going to explode the trombones. There you go, perfect. Luckily, you can still hear this low C perfectly fine, but then again, it is a horn. Of course, you're going to hear it. Horns are quite awesome.
Not going to be able to cover that up very well.
Maybe I'd like a bass clarinet here for emphasis. A little louder. Maybe a bass clarinet emphasizing this cadence here. This 5-1. Okay, try again. Something's just a little lopsided here. It's because of the loss of the violin. I feel like the violin just needs to play this part instead of the clarinets. Or maybe it just needs to play for longer. During this held F here, we could definitely sneak in the clarinet coming in, eh? Indeed, it will have to be sneaky, though.
Has to be.
I love sneaky.
Something to continue the motion, the triplet motion would be nice. Oh yeah, I guess you kind of already did the bassoons though.
I just hope the bassoons can be heard. Okay, this violin is way too loud. I probably boosted its volume a little bit, yeah. Let me just be specific here, go to piano. Yeah, the triplet motion I didn't really write in here. I think some clarinets here would be better. Bass clarinet, I mean, you're loud enough, so. Hello, hello. What shall I put here? What chord is this? Man, I could really go for some canes right now. You know what? That's what I'm gonna eat later. That'll be my dinner.
No time for canes. You must write classical music.
No!
For eternity. What an awful supervillain.
Couldn't the clarinet also play this? Yeah. Probably even better than a bass clarinet, but whatever, I'll just have you guys both play this. It feels a little unnecessary to have 4 whole clarinets. I'm gonna move you guys to oboes. I don't really want to have 4 clarinets. That feels excessive. Let's have 3.
You cracked.
Goodbye, clarinet 3. Clarinet 3 is purged. What chord is this? 5, so G major. It's always kind of bothered me that the bass clarinet is written in the treble clef despite being the bass clarinet, but whatever.
Yeah, all the saxophones are like that too.
Yeah, the alto sax is in the treble clef, tenor sax is in treble clef, baritone sax is in... I mean, I can understand the baritone sax not wanting to use the bass sax. Is the bass sax in treble clef?
Bass sax is in treble clef.
Oh my gosh. The correct number of clarinets is n+1 clarinets. Dang. That's too many for me. I don't think the clarinet can play, or the normal clarinet can play that low G. No. You know what? Clarinet 2, you can just kind of relax for a sec.
The clarinetist is trying their best.
To be fair, the bass clarinet is loud enough. Slow down the rhythm a little bit here. Let's put that back in pianissimo. And then back to C. And then I want the harp to come in and play some arpeggios here too.
I think you could just stick with that 8th note rhythm. I guess the triplet motion would be nice.
Triplet motion has been working out so far.
Ooh, that is nice.
What chord? This is yeah, I'm playing the wrong chord here. This is supposed to be a minor chord. Get out of here, G. Do I need you to be louder? Did you do those Blender live streams once, or am I just tweaking? No, that was me. Don't worry. Do I want this on harp or on other instruments?
I think the harp sounds nice, personally.
I was thinking maybe even piano, but also I realized maybe
piano's too strong.
I just realized instead of writing sextuplets here, I could have just written triplets, so I'm going to fix that real quick. It'd be easier to read. Let me just convert you guys to triplet first. Hold on. Delete that. There you go. There you go. That's much nicer to look at. Beautiful, okay. Use 3 B-flat clarinets and all of them are 2 apart. There's a score for E-flat clarinet. I haven't written a whole lot for I've heard that E-flat clarinet is kind of a nightmare to play. I don't know the extent to which I should write for the E-flat clarinet, so it doesn't kill the player that's playing it. Especially Stravinsky, he uses the E-flat clarinet a ton.
The thing with E-flat clarinet as well is a lot of clarinetists are forced to learn it, like as like a side thing, because it's often scored for either as like a accompaniment part, like a second part, or it's given its own part entirely. And having a whole player who specifically dedicates their musician life to E-flat clarinet is just a lot, so they just double typically.
I see.
Kind of
look at all those
actually
lines.
Not that example.
What do you mean? Look at all those lines. This is a normal symphony orchestra?
Don't you have 3 bassoons?
Yeah, but that was kind of a mistake. I shouldn't have that many.
I don't know about normal.
you should probably double the contra bassoon.
No.
What do you mean no? Doesn't that make a lot more sense?
Just put the second part on the contrabassoon. That makes way more sense.
But 3 bassoon. I have to pay for 3 bassoonists. Way too
You're gonna
many.
pay for 3 bassoon. Not my money. Whatever.
Sure. Okay, the thing about the harp is that these higher notes are less resonant than the lower notes, so I gotta kind of do a decrescendo there if I want to hear them. Okay. I feel like there needs to be another arpeggio here. No, or maybe bass clarinets just do quiet here. Oh yeah, because it's going up. You need to raise your volume. Yeah, that's a lot better. And then probably better to have you kind of punch in here so it's easier to hear instead of just having a crescendo. Just erase this. Also, Holst scored for 3 bassoons and a contra. I mean, sure, but do I look like Holst?
Holst also scored for a choir that was in the room over with the doors slowly closing, so I don't know if he's the best example.
Bro, I wish I scored like Holst. We all do.
Oh, if I could write like Holst, that'd be great.
That'd be the dream.
Stuff is good. And I don't even need planets. He has some other stuff outside of that, which is good. Like St. Paul's is really fun to listen to.
He wrote a ton for band, right?
Band?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah,
he was a trombonist. Yeah, so he wrote a ton for band.
That was the one.
And he's also English. Don't forget that.
No, but in my playlist specifically, I have where is it? St. Paul's Suite, which is great. It's fun to listen to.
What is this? A D minor.
Da, 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 da. Ooh, that clarinet sound needs some reverb.
What?
It's some reverb. It's rough. Like the low clarinet.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely hear it in the higher ones, but I don't know why the lower one doesn't resonate that much.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because the low clarinet is the most resonant part, but whatever. What note is this supposed to be? C, no, E minor. Let's move it to the C, maybe, I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, man, I wish I could hear you. Please play. Okay, I like that. Maybe a scale here instead. Maybe something like that.
A fun sight read.
No. Let's have 2 clarinets play this.
Ooh, that is nice, actually, the clarinet.
A little bit quieter, but with 2 of you playing, it should be fine.
Oh, that's clarinets. Nice. Very subtle. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do with the English horn. You haven't done anything with it at all.
Yeah, I put it there and because I tried it out for something, and then I... Goodbye, English horn.
2 lives have been taken in this stream so far.
I have shot down 2 of the instrumentalists, and my fingers are tingling to get another one down.
Who will it be? Will it be the euphonium?
It probably will be the second trumpet.
Second trumpet? That's random. Okay.
Oh yeah, but I can't.
Not one of your 9 clarinets.
No, we only have 3 clarinets now. We used to have 4.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, you killed one of them already.
Yeah, I already got rid of one of them. See, I don't really like to write for a large orchestra if I can't justify using a large orchestra, you know? So, like, I'm not gonna have a big orchestra just for the sake of having a big orchestra. Because in my mind, that, like, the more instruments you put in, the more room there is for some weird error, right? Like, the more room there is for some strange orchestration. So I write for as little instruments as I can. Who that? Yeah, who are you?
I'm Lucien. I have a channel too. Yeah.
Cool. I think the strings need to go away. I don't really like the string harmony here. I feel like there needs to be a lead into those hard parts. What chord is this? This is G major, right? Yeah. Move this mezzo piano here. Triple here.
I don't know why, but when you get to the A minor, it sounds a bit loud to me, just like everything.
I think it's because of these guys. They might be adding a bit of loudness.
It's a very natural decrescendo into that, which you're kind of like bracing yourself for.
Yeah, it's definitely these guys, I think, that are making it sound a bit louder than it is. If I put them lower, it might be...
Is it? I think it's horn, honestly.
Oh, is it the horn getting louder because it's going down? It might be.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Start crescendoing a bit sooner, or decrescendoing a bit sooner. Yeah, like I made a decrescendo, but it sounds like it's playing at a consistent volume, so I think it's just the horn getting lower that's making it sound louder.
That's kind of unavoidable.
Thanks, horn.
Sarcasm is real on that one.
I'm just kidding. I really like the horn.
Yeah, we were praising it so much earlier.
Oh, I hate it now.
It might be the next one out. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll get rid of all the horns. Orchestra with no horn. That would be terrible, actually. Don't do that. Please include a horn.
I'd love to see you write for brass quartet, just to see how you handle it.
I'm not sure if the kind of music that I write is conducive to using a brass quartet or a brass quintet.
Who knows?
What do you mean, who knows? I know because I've tried.
Have you?
I've tried a little bit, and it's just like, because I write music like this, I don't really think it suits a brass
like not something like not even like a chamber thing.
Like I'm always thinking like, it just like needs a woodwind part because it just doesn't sound. The brass quartet is a little bit too. What's the word? It's a bit too dark sometimes.
I can see that. I can see
So
that.
like I feel like I need a bassoon or I need a clarinet to like lighten that, but the brass quartet's very dark. And certainly it could be used for something nice, but it's not for my music, which is not very dark. I like to think of it as kind of the opposites. Making original music or an arrangement? I'm making an arrangement of my own original music because I don't like the original arrangement, so I'm fixing it.
So both.
Yeah. These triplets here I think helped. These low oboes are the low oboes are kind of bothering me.
Lobos.
The lobos. What can I do? I know what I can do about this. Get imploded.
No.
4 and 2 and 4. You play this instead. Oh, that's so much nicer, actually. Oh, is there a thunderstorm going outside? Dang, this is so sad.
Oh, that clarinet actually has a lot.
Not sure if I like this leading tone very much.
Gotta add some nice harmony on that.
It leads into the next melody here, so I don't know. Alright, oboe, it's your time to shine here. Help out this guy.
Or else.
Or else. Just play something very easy peasy here. No, I don't like that. Do you have a rejected version of this piece? I wrote it first for wind septet, and that sucked, so I did it for orchestra, and the orchestra was way too big, so I'm doing it again for smaller orchestra. Again, like I said earlier, I feel like to have a large orchestra, you need to justify having a large orchestra by being a good composer, which I was not, so that's why I'm writing for less now, so I can do it a bit better. I don't know if I still have the original septet version. It might be in my... It might be in my backup drive here. Let me look at my old MuseScore projects file. If it would open. It didn't open. There it is. So there are a couple problems with the original septet that I guess you can fix. One, the entire melody is basically all quarter notes, which isn't great. But yeah, it was written for these dudes. Not as great. I wrote this a long time ago, so it's not very good. But this is basically the reduced version.
Those key changes.
Yeah. And then goes to the weird 5/4 part that I put here for some reason. And then this is like the second movement, quote unquote. Thank you, soprano saxophone. I never used you again. Okay, so this in my updated version. when I orchestrated this, what was it, 6 months ago, I made that part sound very grand and maybe a bit too brash. Here's the one I wrote a few months ago.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So that's what I wrote. But my problem with that is, although it sounds fine, I want to emphasize that there are 4 melodies happening at the same time here. You can see here, these are all copies of each other. These melodies here. It's easier to hear in the stripped down version. Flute, English horn, clarinets, horn. And I feel like in the big orchestra version, this like these 4 melodies playing on top of each other are getting kind of lost, right? Like you can't really hear it very much. And thanks to the power of modulation, I could go all the way from F major to A major for reasons. And then it goes to D major. I don't even remember why. Okay, you know, whatever. I guess I can show you, I guess I could give you this project file if you really want it. But I think the ending was massively improved by the strings. Like, this sounds kind of dinky in this original version, but it sounded much better with the strings in the new version, which I want to do again, but it needs harmonica septet / lie. Dang. Okay, let's get back to fixing this. I think oboe might be better than clarinet here. Oboe, be a little bit softer, please. Higher notes. Instead of that low C, have a higher C. Yeah, that feels much better, more natural. Bassoon gets those notes. I guess a tuba shouldn't be playing this. Euphonium, that's what you're for. Thank you for your service.
He has a, what do you call it? He's safe. Is that how it's called? Nah, never mind.
Much better to write for a classical orchestra than to write in a symphonic orchestra. I don't know. That's up to you, man. I know in the thing I wrote last time that the piano plays an important part in the later chapters, but I didn't include a piano here. I should probably put a piano in. I'm curious. Maybe just replace the organ with the piano. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use the organ. Let's do that. Piano. Plus the piano, you're probably going to much easier find a pianist than an organist. Pianists are just easier to come by. Now, just out of curiosity, I'm going to put you on the piano. Okay, the piano's a little too loud by default, but I think that's because the piano in this context is like a studio sound.
Bam!
Bam! Let's use the orchestral flag here. That has a lot more reverb. Let's get rid of that, and also shut up because you're playing in an orchestra. Okay. I don't like how long this note lasts. But you're gonna have to be decrescendo. Same with you. Okay. You did say earlier that something probably needs to be supporting this flute, especially because I think you can hear it fine over the horn, but
it feels a bit, yeah, unsupported though. Like not as in like volume wise, orchestration wise.
okay, I'm liking the oboe less and less here. Try flute instead. Oh, I can't hear you at all. Just put you back in clarinet. You were fine there. You know what, at this part here, have the violin punch in. I think it's okay to let go of the flute here because the flute's kind of important to this next melody, so I'm gonna have it take a breath here. Let's see, let me go to my projects. Okay. Let me open up the other one here. There it is. So in this next part, let me just let the audio samples load in first. You can see how large, unnecessarily large the orchestra is here. It's very large. This part comes next. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't add the glockenspiel. That's a pretty important instrument. Oh my gosh. Get over here, glockenspiel. This really looks like a lot of instruments, but It really isn't. It just has a lot of staves because of the harp and the piano. Why do you have an extra staff here? The piano has 3 staves. It's like
No.
Prokofiev. We killed one of the staves. We our 3-handed pianist. I know nowadays people like to score for 2 harps, and I'm not even sure how you're supposed to do that. That's way too many harps. You guys play together? I'll try this here. Like I said, the flute here is pretty important. I think it needs to be a bit higher. Lower down these dynamics. Actually,
That's high.
Yeah, try something like this instead.
Quite high.
Quieter, please, since there are 2 of you. The harmony will make it sound louder than it really is. I gotta lower their dynamics. Maybe play a 6th apart? That would be interesting. Nope, don't do that. Move this part to clarinets and just see what that effect is. I think that's quite nice. I think I'll keep that. And there is a counter melody happening in the trumpet here. This guy is kind of playing along. Flute 1, you'd play that. Louder, please. Is there modulation supposed to be happening here? No, it's just a weird chord. It's the 2. The major 2. There it is. Let's have the glockenspiel play this note too. Okay, not that loud, please. Where's my glockenspiel? Here, try this. You're a little bit too loud, I think. Maybe don't crescendo. You're loud enough as you are. Yeah, there needs to be some harmony happening here, which I think the strings will gladly take. I need to go steal the chord progression from this too. What chord is this? This is a B major or B flat major chord with this lovely A up here to make it a 7th chord. I'm not sure if I'm... think I need to keep the strings far apart. And then this diminished 3 is an E diminished chord. What mode I stole that chord from, I couldn't tell you, but I used it. And then this is a... what is it? A minor chord over C. Nice. Whoopsies. Do a longer decrescendo. Also, you should not be playing this many slurs. I think the strings feel like they're coming a little bit too much out of nowhere.
I think actually that's a good thing, if anything.
Really? I don't really feel that.
Yeah, it's like getting... it's like kind of that surprise factor, like there's something on it like you're not supposed to kind of hear. It's kind of the vibe it gives off.
Try this, actually. Start with the woodwinds and then like introduce the violins a bit later. That feels a lot more smooth.
Very Holst.
You're never gonna believe this. Why did I write it exactly like this? Me after listening to Venus 100 times. Okay, yeah, that transition to the strings feels a lot nicer.
Tremolo in the strings could be interesting as well.
Tremolo. Let me write down some chords first. Get tremoloed.
You barely hear it, yeah.
And then have to raise their volume. Tremolo in the string is very cinematic.
Yeah.
Okay, hello? Are you playing or not?
That's like 4 tears in the... there you go.
Okay, now you just sound too jittery since you're playing louder. Okay. I really wish tremolo would work, but...
Are you using Muse strings?
no.
Are these your Berlin strings? Your fancy ones?
They're so fancy.
Oh yeah, those are fancy ones, I can tell. They aren't the cheapskate ones.
Dang. I gotta get a Celesta. Is it Celesta? I've always said Celesta, but a lot of people say Celesta. Celesta.
That's the right way.
I think I say Celesta because of the game Celeste, so I just say Celesta.
Yeah, Celesta is better.
Oh yeah, it like moves from an A minor to an A major chord here. Because of theory reasons. Shut up. Celesta players can dash jump in real life. That's sick, bro.
Oh, what was that? Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm trying something a bit strange here. I don't know if you can hear my air conditioner buzzing, but that's really bothering me right now.
I can't hear it at all.
Yeah, I think the stream can hear it though.
Here, let me mute you real fast and I can check for you.
How you go about acquiring a Just if I wanted one to mess around on this keys player? I wish I could have a harpsichord instead of anything like that. I think a harpsichord would be much more interesting.
Okay, now you can't hear it at all.
Maybe instead of low oboe, a lobo, just do a bassoon. D major.
Ooh, Scheherazade vibes from that cello.
Cello. Whoopsies.
Don't get me started on. I could go on a tangent for actual hours on Scheherazade. How much I dislike that piece of music. That's something on the side, though.
Let me think here. I feel like the trumpets could do something interesting here, but I need to be very careful.
Jeez, that's harsh.
Oh yeah, but when you plug in a note, it plays at like forte, but when you actually play it, it's...
Yeah. Jesus.
That to see.
Da, da. Yeah.
I'm thinking this might be a bit too high for trumpet, though.
That?
Well, yeah, to play at piano, I'm not so sure. I think oboe would have a much easier time.
It'd
Something
be
like
nice to do
this.
like a fade in.
Yeah.
Trumpet fades out, oboe fades in. Yeah.
No.
Woo!
F sharp. Thank you.
A bit too impressionist there.
I think I need to keep up the triplet stuff that was happening before, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. First time here. Hello. Welcome to my dungeon.
Bass clarinet would be good, I guess.
I really like this like light stuff that's happening here, but like it needs to, if there's gonna be like some chordal stuff in the lower parts, it's gotta be in the latter half. Let's see. Okay, I think this needs to be louder. I can't hear this. Don't have a crescendo here anymore. You're loud enough. No, this A is a little too loud. Just move it down to D. I'm not really liking the string harmony instead. I'm not sure what to do instead of that though. My woodwind section is kind of filled up here. I guess I could just put it in
yourself into a corner.
No. It's probably fine, probably. If I just stick you guys here. I'm okay with you being the bass. I think it's low D that's making it sound a bit too stringy. Let me move you guys up. What's this? This is G minor.
I would tie that F sharp in the glockenspiel instead of having to repeat that. It's a bit busy. Da, 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 da.
Sure.
Just a thought. It was very lonely at the end.
Oh yeah, because there's no harmony.
I kind of like it actually. It's kind of spooky.
I'm not sure that's what I'm going for though.
But it's nice. Whoops.
Oops, no harmony.
There's no harmony.
Whoopsies. Harmony was deleted due to budget cuts. And I think this D bass note stays. B flat, thank you. No, this B flat's clashing with this C here.
We were literally just talking earlier today about using the triple P. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
You've changed. You've had a change of heart, it seems.
I mean, woodwinds will sound perfectly fine at triple P. It's just the brass that I'm worried about playing triple P. I'm not gonna lie. I might have
Who's
to
that in
raise
the
them.
winds? Who's that at the end?
This?
What is that? Is that flute?
It's you
Yeah.
here. You playing
That
part
is-
of the G minor.
That is very, very nice. It also has voice thing potential.
Yeah, I feel like it's gotta do something else. I don't like how I kind of move the chords sporadically across the original. I just put them in the tuba because the tuba is kind of in the middle of the score. So that's why I put them in tuba.
I think if you go into the layout sections, you can have it like you can copy and paste it so it appears at multiple points.
Yeah, maybe. I think the melody's got to move to the strings here. Like and then the original. Because then after this, the melody will move to the cello and the horn. Or, sorry, cello and trombone. But I think I might keep that. But I need to make it a little nicer. Where are you, my solo violin friend? I want a violin group to play this, actually. This might be a little tricky. How am I going to do this? It needs to move to a nice F major chord.
That's kind of sounding like one part in Tchaikovsky Romeo and Juliet. It's giving the same vibe.
And try bassoon here. And try some horns playing this.
Whatever that.
I think it'd be nicer if the horns were quieter. But they're so loud.
D minor to D flat minor. That's a fun modulator. How could you do that? You can go. Take the third from to making a D.
Oh, this is the wrong chord.
D minor, A minor, F major, D flat major. I don't know.
Oops, I accidentally pressed Control N. This is so sad. And I'm gonna have to close whatever I just opened. Get out of here, MuseScore. Yeah, keep it like this. Nice B flat here. Whoopsies, that's not bass clef. No, I'll just keep the bassoon playing the bass notes. That's fine. Oh, and it moves to C major here because this goes from C major to F major. Dang. All right, so now we've successfully moved from A flat to C to F. I mean, the C to F one is quite easy. The A flat to C was a little suspicious, but... The horns here are louder than I feel like they should be.
Horns will do that.
Yeah, I might have to just raise this one so I can hear it over the stupid horns. Play quieter, dum-dums. And then just decrescendo back. Maybe. Okay, have the strings come in, I guess. And cello's a little too resonant. Just have the violas and the violins play this F here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why are you playing louder? Shush. There you go. Actually, the cellos need to be free because they're playing the melody.
Oh, are they?
I mean, they were in the original, but I
had
also...
I had a really good cello counter like thing in my mind right now. Which great, but oh well.
I did write in my notes here that I could try it with a tubo solo.
Ooh, don't see that very often.
Excuse me? What was that happening down there? Maybe a bit louder. That's way too loud, my friend. You're gonna have to play a little bit louder.
It's like accenting it.
Let me try a different tuba patch. Might be a little less strange. I should try this one. Try this one. Piano, please. Let me add add some slurs here. I think that could be fun. If I write this tuba part here, then I'm gonna have to make sure that these strings are out of the way. So I guess no contrabasses.
No.
And then, what's my chord progression happening here? And then just play to the end of the... Okay. Alright, tuba. So it's about time that you get a solo. Let's just hope that I can justify it by writing it good. Gosh, I really hope I can. Woodwinds need to help out too here, I think. Try like this, and then I'm not sure what kind of accompaniment should go with a tuba solo, is like my problem here. I'm a little lost. Try this, actually. Alright, contrabasses, you're coming back. Harp, you're also coming back. I don't know why I left you for so long. You probably need a lot more parts. Don't play that bass note. You're much better playing off these higher notes.
I feel like doubling the melody could be nice. Doing like a triplet figure, or something like that. Because tuba is rather heavy. Or some kind of like repeated echo or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, like okay, I know what you mean. Apparently everyone wants a piece of me now that I'm back for college for the weekend. Dang.
You know, I'm not even really sure what I mean, so I'm kind of curious what you're going to come up with.
I mean, I feel like I understand what you meant, but maybe not.
I'm curious now.
Wait. I need you guys to tremolo. A little louder, please.
Tremolo? It's like a mandolin.
I know. That's what I want. At least that's what I think I want. I'm not sure yet, I just have a feeling. And then, what's this? A minor. This is a F is a D minor. Where are you, woodwinds? Play. Play something. Is this correct? It's not correct. Actually, it is correct. Hold on. I think this is a little strange. Just play whole notes for now. I feel like that could work. I just need to write it better.
Part
Yeah.
needs some support in the bass, yeah.
That, or it needs to play more notes.
Or we could do like a big arpeggiated chord in the bass. That could be interesting. I don't know. Just something to carry it along.
Yeah. I'm becoming more and more dubious about the tuba solo now that I'm writing these chords in. You know what? Sorry, tuba, but I'm replacing you with your cousin, the euphonium.
Is that a tuba sound phone or euphonium?
It's tuba, because there's no
Okay,
euphonium.
I got excited for a second.
No, I wish, but it is just a tuba.
Why does nobody have a euphonium sound font?
Because no one writes for euphonium. No one.
I love writing for
Not
euphonium.
a single person has ever written for euphonium. I don't know.
It's like, no, please.
Please. I mean, I think it just blends better on account of the fact that it's a euphonium. Euphonium gets along well with everyone. Except maybe trombones. I don't think they get along. But everyone else, euphonium gets along.
They get along if euphonium is the one in charge.
Oh yeah, but otherwise you're not hearing the euphonium.
No. Especially because they sit right next to each other.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
Either they sit next to each other or they're behind the trombones, which is the worst place you could sit.
Yeah, the euphonium is not playing over a forte trombone. It's just not. Sorry, euphonium. We like you, though. You know what, just for funsies, let's try you in normal horn. You're definitely a bit more broad sounding as opposed to close sounding. I'm not even sure if I like that though. Let's keep you on euphonium for now. Or let's experiment. Try
euphonium
trombone.
and strings.
I will like you try you one more time in bassoon.
Isn't enough.
Doesn't feel quite, wide enough. Let's just put you back in Mr. Euphonium. How big is the euphonium's range?
Same as trombone.
Oh, is it the same as trombone?
Yeah, it's identical.
Okay.
Technically, trombone can go a little bit lower, but it's basically the same for the usable range. Because you're never going to see... Because you're never going to see like a B flat 2.
Yeah, on
trombone, really.
Trombone. Unless you have the big trombone.
You could play that on a standard, actually.
Listen to how meaty that sounds.
That's the lowest standard trombone can go. Everything after that is paid DLC. You have to buy a better horn for that.
You're gonna have to buy a longer shtick.
Well, actually, no. You need a slightly bigger stick, but with one with buttons.
You could get a bass trombone.
Or you could shell out even more money. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like the bass trombone's worth it because I love the bass trombone. Who doesn't? Bass trombones.
I
is just
don't
very...
really.
You don't like the bass trombone? What?
It's very cinematic, so I like using it whenever I'm writing like very wide. But actually, like playing one, you can do anything you can do on a bass trombone. You can do on a tenor.
Yeah, but the bass trombone's just awesome. Like, just do you want a big trombone?
Get a contrabass bone. Get one of those.
Contrabone.
Or better yet, get one of the, what are they called? Am I thinking of a cimbasso?
Kimbasso, yeah.
The ones that have like a thing going. Yeah, one of these. Better yet, get a cimbasso.
Really, the contrabassoon can basically fill in for the bass trombone, but like, if you can use a bass trombone,
they're different tenors.
They're different.
I get it. Different tenors. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, but the bass trombone just has a quality that the contrabassoon can never match.
More intense too.
More intense, very intense. The bass trombone's pretty recent, actually.
If you're gonna go like all in on a cinematic score, then you go bass trombone. Bassoon's nice, but you're gonna need your bass trombones. Get like 4 of them.
Yeah, I love the bass trombone. But I think like it came after, like it's like early Romantic period that it was invented, I think.
In other words, after Beethoven.
I know, right? It's after Beethoven. I mean, the bass trombone kind of became part of a standard orchestra afterwards.
It's actually pretty common in jazz groups now, I think.
Yeah.
But what would I know? I'm not a jazz person.
Hold on. Bass trombone. The earliest bass trombones were pitched in a minor third. Earliest surviving specimen is in 1593.
1593. Woo!
Yeah, I think it was like, hey, we have a trombone. What if we made it bigger? What if we made it bigger? Yeah, wait, hold on. There's a picture here.
Ping.
Ping. Here are the different trombones. Look at the stick.
Jeez.
Look at the horn too. The way it's designed, it's just loopy. I love that. I mean,
what is number 10? Oh, it's a. That's like a.
Is this a natural trumpet?
I assume so, but it's long. It's a natural trombone.
Maybe.
And then number 5, you got like an elk tusk.
I think this is the predecessor to the. It's like called something very specific, but I forgot.
The iwi? It kind of looks like an iwi.
There's a very specific name for it. It's called the. Oh my gosh.
Some Italian thing. I don't know.
It's called a cornet with 2 T's instead of 1. This thing, there it is.
Okay.
I think this precedes a certain instrument, but I forgot which one it is. Yeah, the cornet and the cornet are different, believe it or not.
That must have gotten confusing in rehearsals.
Oh yeah, but these guys like went out of fashion like as soon as the classical period rolled around. So yeah, it's related to the oboe. This is like the very early medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque. So it
is it reed?
It's not reed. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't look like it is. Yeah, medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque, and in the Baroque period, I think the oboe, gained prominence instead of this guy.
Wait, hold on.
But the Baroque oboe also did have holes.
A lip reed wind instrument.
Is there a Baroque oboe? Yeah, here. If we look at the old oboes over here, they didn't have keys, right? So you like press it. You press the. Also, look at that jump. Ouch. Yikes. But yeah, before the invention of keys, the oboe just had a bunch of holes in it that you had to press down.
What a glow up. Damn.
I know, right? But the Baroque oboe sounds so nice. Like, much nicer than this guy over here.
Just look-wise.
Look-wise, and also playability-wise, it was much wackier, but like...
Damn.
These oboes, in my opinion, sound much better than these oboes.
I have never heard them, so...
I will pull up an example.
Can you send me a piece?
I'll play it right now.
Oh, you're gonna play it, okay.
Let me just see if I can remember the title of it. I think it's this one. Let me skip to the Adagio because I think that's where it really shines.
But that is very nice. But yeah, it's like somewhere between an oboe and an English horn almost. Range-wise.
That's Concerto for Oboe and Violin by Bach, 1060.
Very cool.
Yeah, but the oboe there just sounds so much nicer. It sounds so much more pleasing. Whereas if a modern oboe played those notes, man, it would sound so rough. But in this Baroque oboe, it sounds so warm and nice. Very pretty. But anyway, I'd like to point out again the horn that's happening right here. Look at those loops, like a cinnamon roll.
I like how they had to add one extra right at the start.
Yeah,
it's
at the
start. They planned too far ahead, and they're like, "Oh God, we got to do something."
I bet this is so you could hold it.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, it's so heavy.
I mean, it makes sense. Like if you need a longer pipe, then you just loop it like a spiral. Like that makes sense. But like, don't do what this guy's doing. What is this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They probably needed a couple people to hold that.
See, you can see how they have
there holes along the entire thing too? Wow.
I don't think so. I think that's just shading. I think this is like it's like a natural. Oh wait, it tells you what they are down here. What is this, number 12? It is a Holstern Trommet. Yeah, whatever.
I think it's German actually.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, don't do what these guys did. Also, what is this? What is that? It is a Krumbugel auf ein Gonston. I think I pronounced that perfectly. This doesn't look like an instrument at all.
It kind of just looks like a tuning slide, to be honest.
Maybe.
In fact, it might just be like a little piece that you can just add on to extend it. By the way, number 2, I think that is. They have I guess number 1 has a 2. They got the handle for the slide. That's sick.
Yeah. If do modern trombones not have a handle anymore?
No, sackbuts do. Which
do.
is like the old trombones. But it's not common in modern trombones anymore. No.
Yeah, old trombones used to have a handle. Especially at this little bottom part here, they have a handle, so you can It's probably because the modern trombone has
Hit the lower
more
positions.
valves now, so they don't have to do as dramatic of slides as they used to do.
Yeah.
That or trombone technique has just improved. I'm not sure which. Probably both.
Honestly, I could see both.
Yeah.
I mean, it could also probably. In fact, you know what I bet that's for? I bet it's for people with shorter arms so they can actually hit the lower notes.
That too.
Because part of the thing with trombone nowadays is if you have short arms, sorry, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, well, I don't know why the handle went out of fashion then, because it's literally what it's for.
This disabled don't need it.
Yeah, get out of here. It's very impressive seeing someone playing a natural horn and a natural trumpet, though. That's impressive as heck.
I like all the tassels.
Yeah, the tassels are cool. Nobody does tassels anymore? Gotta put the tassels
I think that's more of like a. I might decorate my trumpet with tassels from now on.
I mean, it sounds fun. It's just a little tassel, ain't it?
It's not going to add anything to the sound or anything, but it looks cool.
It does look cool.
Especially if I can if I can get like 4 friends to stand on a balcony, all of us have tassels on our trumpets, and we play some fanfare or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen this video of the Cornu du Pompeii.
I've not.
Let me see if I can find this video. This is the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this guy playing this instrument here.
Oh my. Looks like the instrument that was having like Dr. Seuss cartoons.
Yeah, I like how it's sticking out of his head. This thing looks really hard to play. Oh my gosh.
Scary.
It is scary, but I love it.
You ever heard of a carnix?
Carnix?
It's a Gaelic instrument, which has like a lion's head on it that the sound comes out of. It's cool. It kind of sounds like this thing.
This is the scariest instrument I've ever heard in my life.
That is freaky, yeah.
It is terrifying.
Sick,
it looks so hard to play.
Yeah, so much air.
I don't know how you're like no valves, just your lips, and it's basically just it's a bass clef is what it is.
It looks like an at sign.
It really does. This is a lovely instrument. I don't know, something about these simpler instruments are just they have a quality to them that's unmatched. Like I like instruments.
Back in the day when there was no.
Yeah, I mean it says Cornu du Pompeii. This is probably a super old instrument, like at least
Pompeii.
Yeah, Pompeii was like what 100 AD. So this is an old instrument, which makes sense. Like they probably don't have valves or anything then, or even anything close. If you look up like historically informed performances of the Brandenburg concertos, they will also have like natural trumpets, and those look very difficult to play too. I'm not sure how anyone's supposed to play it, because Bach, he wrote some pretty difficult parts for trumpet, and trumpets didn't have a lot of valves, or any valves. So it looks really hard to play. But good players can do it because they're good. Now that I hear euphonium again, I'm not sure I like it very much. Let's try clarinet here. It definitely has like a sweeter tone to it, I guess. If only you could play this note.
Bass clarinet?
Bass clarinet will have to take over here.
Just do the entire thing, honestly.
Sure.
I guess it could work.
Let's do it.
You can lower the dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess you can do it on trade-off from the melody.
That's what I was thinking. And then just like do a thing here. I really like this heart part, but I'm just not hearing it.
Honestly, I think that's perfectly fine. It's very subtle.
And very sparkly. I'm not so sure about these stringy bits. Let's try this. What chord are you? A minor. Have you guys all play the same notes? And I think here you need to play something, Mr. Contrabass. Play this in pizzicato, please. I'll also raise your volume because you're playing pizzicato. Maybe a little... no, I like that volume, actually. And then all you guys play A. And I want per gaps to have some of you trombones punch in here. And let's see. I'm gonna have to be careful about this, but let's have... sounds a bit too much like horns and not enough like trombone. Let's try this. Okay, yeah. Putting the trombones in the bass will make it sound more trombone-like. So let's do that. And then what is this? A minor over C. Just move to A minor. You say the same, and then you are D minor. Okay, I'm liking that a little bit. A little bit is the key word there. What if, this might seem kind of weird, but what if I have timpani, but like really quiet timpani?
That is okay.
I did that in here, actually. At the ending, there is this one timpani note that's very quiet, but I think it's really important here. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but that was a very important timpani note to me, even though it's very quiet.
I feel like bass drum would get across the same kind of thing, though. I don't know if timpani is the specific one you need, but I guess in this case it would make more sense.
What was that? Sorry?
I feel like in this case, well, in that last one, I feel like it's kind of interchangeable with bass drum, but here in this circumstance, it's definitely better than bass drum because it's not really conclusive yet.
Yeah. Let's have
It's my
some soft
thoughts.
notes.
More energy, that's for sure. What are we going for here?
Yeah, it needs to start building up here because this is reaching like the part with the 4 melodies. So it needs to start getting a little bit more energetic. There is a counter melody that I didn't include because I'm very forgetful. Where are you? I mean, there's a counter melody on everything here because that's just what I do. Here in Mr. Bassoon. Let's put you back in bassoon for the time being and see what I think.
Yeah.
I'll put you in euphonium instead, maybe. Euphonium's a little too resonant compared to the clarinets. And plus, I think the clarinet needs to be slightly louder now that we have more stuff happening.
No, honestly, I think the bassoon works.
Yeah.
Personally, the euphonium, yeah, too resonant.
The clarinet does reach this high B, though, which is a little strange. I think maybe oboe would
bassoon?
be a little...
That's fine. Yeah, that's in the range.
I think it's definitely like going against everything I've ever done to have the clarinet be below the bassoon, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. You guys kind of imitate the rhythm of the brasses, please. Oh, whoopsies. No violence, please.
No violence.
Okay. And the woodwinds need a little bit more love here. Let's see. Clarinet. Just have 2 oboes, or maybe no. I have 2 flutes playing this part actually. And then what is this? E diminished. E diminished over B flat. Keep this nice tremolo in. You can go down the scale here.
Very simple.
And very satisfying. pressing all the wrong buttons. I got this new keyboard and I just want to press all the buttons on it. Okay, I'm afraid you can't really hear the bassoon here. Especially here in these higher notes. It's becoming more difficult to hear. I'll have to raise it. Press page up and down yet? I did do that. Earlier when we were messing with the PDFs, I was pressing those buttons. I've been alt-tabbing, pressing all my key buttons. It's been beautiful. Wonderful keyboard.
Do anything on MuseScore, I wonder? Page up, page down.
It just moves left and right on your score.
Oh, okay.
I just press shift and scroll. It's a little more precise.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And then like this too.
Or just drag it.
Wee. Oh, I don't drag, but yeah, this also works. Awesome. What if, piano, I want you to double the clarinet. Be a little louder, please. No. The piano does play some interesting parts later here. Especially here, the piano is kind of important. Where are you, my piano friend? There you are, because you're playing these little flavor notes here. Even though they're just repeating, but that's basically why I have you here. But I'm not sure you're going to do very much at the beginning here. Unfortunately. I guess you could double with the glockenspiel. That wouldn't be too bad. Just for my pianist friends, let's add an ottava here. Bang. Here you go, beautiful. I think what's interesting, because I noticed this, is that when Stravinsky was rescoring the Firebird, because he rescored it like 2 times, right? He in the 1910 version he uses a celesta, but in the later versions he swapped it out for a piano, and I'll never know why because I really like the celesta part.
Yeah, wait, that is weird.
he swapped it out for a piano, and I don't know why. It just sounds less mysterious that way. Maybe just like that. I don't know. The 1945 version of the Firebird is very interesting though, because it's very different. Just as cool though, but just different. Here, maybe instead of timpani, we'll just have more people playing pizzicato. Or maybe we could try what you said and try bass drum. Okay, maybe not that loud. Thank you, bass drum. Very cool. I'm gonna need a very
so
quiet.
Intense. Sounds like taiko.
Well, I love it though. Actually, I want to hear how intense this bass drum gets. Let's do a little exercise here. Please show me how loud you can be. Beautiful. I think there are other bass drum sounds here. There's a 40-inch bass drum. Beautiful. What about a 36-inch bass drum? Oh my gosh. That one's particularly loud.
Sounds like Storm.
Yeah. I could write my own DAC array with that. It's so booming. I love it. Okay, well, I'd like to hear it. No. I'm not sure if anyone did this before Stravinsky, but Stravinsky used the bass drum to just have like a low, creepy rumble in the background. And I'm not sure if anyone else has done that before him. But it's very fun, and I really like it. Just like, you know, like the horror ambiance of like the low rumble. I hope he was the first to do that, because that's very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit and see if I can add some other stuff now that I have listened to the other, haven't listened to it in a little bit. And try you and clarinets. Okay, now I listened back to that, it sounds a lot more strange than I thought it did when I first wrote it. Especially right around here. Something feels like it changed a bit too dramatically. I think it's like the violin coming back randomly. It sounds like I'm fading in and out of consciousness or something. I'm not sure if I like that very much. My favorite piece for solo bass drum is aisle number 1. Man, a solo bass drum piece sounds kind of awesome, I'm not gonna lie. That does sound very fun. I haven't seen any pieces written for solo bass drum. I wonder what kind of technique you gotta use to make it interesting.
No, I have been, like, genuinely completely serious, have been wanting to write a concerto for orchestra and crash cymbals for some time. I've talked about it before. Because there's a surprising amount you can do with just a pair of crash cymbals. And from what I can tell, no one else has ever done one. There has been one done before, but it was a jokey piece. It's not actually like a serious concerto. I'm thinking like all 3 movements go for all in half an hour.
Just a bunch of
psh, psh, psh. Well, there'd be orchestra in there too, not just psh, Yeah, but add an epic bass solo.
Yeah, where if you do that, I'm gonna write a concerto for metal pipe falling, and it'll be basically the same. I don't know if I ever showed you that video of the 1812 overture, but the metal pipe falling sound effect instead of the cannons.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Maybe I could make a sound file out of it and put it into MuseScore. Or maybe it's like just take like the chimes and disassemble them and just like throw them onto the floor. That's basically close enough, right? Okay. That's gonna be all the stream for me because I want food. So no more stream. I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry.
You said raising canes, you said?
Yeah. Give me the orange. Give me the banana. Okay. No more stream. Goodbye. See you later.